Hello. Lord's been on me to make a video about this, so I'm going to do it best I can. In a marriage relationship, there's a covenant between you and your partner. Yeah. The lady was a virgin when you got married. It's a blood covenant. If she was not a virgin, for whatever reason, you still have a covenant. Every time you have sex with somebody, you have created a covenant. If you do it multiple times, you've created and broke a multiple bunch of covenants. So if you get a person you really want to be with, it is harder if you've broken a bunch of covenants because there's a spiritual, you're basically a liar in the spirit realm. So let me give you some words about how to be married and what you need to be doing. In Esther 8:8, it says, in the king's name, seal it with the king's rings. For the writing which is written in the king's name and sealed with the king's ring may no man reverse. That is one way of putting there's a covenant between you and the Lord. He went to the cross and died for you and put his blood on the mercy seat for you. You have a blood covenant with him. When you join with your partner, you have a covenant with them in the spirit realm. Whether you honor that or not is the question. In Ruth, I have a Proverbs 31 wife I prayed over. In Ruth 16, let me get over here if I can just get you the right news. The book of Ruth, chapter 1, verse 16. Whither thou goest, I will go. Whither thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. That is saying, she was a Moabitess that had no rights with Israel. She changed not only her family, but her spirit to the God of Israel. And God honored that, and she became a one in the line of Jesus. I prayed for a woman like that. My wife loves our kids. They're our kids. She had kids. I had kids. They're our kids. We are one as a family. Now, we do not say that they don't have another parent, but we try to treat them as best we can as our own. My kids love my wife, and her kids get along with me. Now, Proverbs 31 wife, which is what I also prayed for. I'm not going to read the whole Proverbs 31. There's a whole 31 verses of it. But Proverbs 31. So if you go to Proverbs chapter 31, down to verse 10, who can find a virtuous woman, which also means strong warrior woman in some of the original text, for a price is far above rubies. They valued rubies more than diamonds in the Bible. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so he shall have no need of spoil. No need of spoil means he doesn't need to go to any other women. He doesn't need to be looking for anything else because she takes care of all his needs. She will do him good, not evil, all the days of her life. And also pray I'm a man for such a woman. Now, I had a Bible study years ago, and the men all had some similar questions, not all of them, but repeatedly it came up. What do you do when you got these hot-looking women running around, showing everything, wanting to get friendly with you sometimes? How do you resist that? Well, at the time, all I could tell them is I pray for them as they get saved. Now that I have a woman that takes care of me, if your wife takes care of you every day, or every day that she needs to, you're not looking at these other women and with anything other than they're a nice looking woman and pray for them. You're not attracted to them because you're getting taken care of at home. You have no need of spoils. And a lot of women I've met over the years, I've met women that have got divorced after 20 years and can't understand why. And they probably haven't done anything with their husband in over 5. And this works the other way too. There are men that have gotten health issues and they do not involve themselves in intimacy like they used to because they physically have a problem. There are medications and there are toys. If you can't do it one way, you need to do it another because your wife needs to take care of too. I know a couple that was a problem. If you don't feel like doing it, maybe you need to go to the doctor and find out why. Now, over here in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The love, the affection, respect due to each other. Benevolence. Each needs to give the other what they need. There is a book called The 5 Love Languages. All right. I went and got the book, The 5 Love Languages, by Gary Chapman. Now, in my opinion, it's very dry and boring reading. However, it does tell you the difference in the love languages that your partner or you have. A lot of times people are doing everything in the marriage to think that they're showing love and the other person isn't receiving it, and they're doing everything in the marriage showing love and that person isn't receiving it because they speak 2 different love languages. Most people have a primary and a secondary love language. You really need to find out what your partner's love language is so you can speak that language to them, even though it isn't your love language. And they find out your love language, they can speak it to you. There are couples that have gotten divorced because neither one of them feel like they were loved and both of them loved each other, but they just didn't show it the right way. And physical intimacy is usually at least a secondary love language. Women express themselves with talking and men express themselves physically. Now, if you don't have intimacy regular, you don't have a strong covenant. Sorry, that's just what it is. And if he gets weak enough, a starving person will eventually fall. Maybe 10 years. Maybe they'll hold out till the end, but most of the time, if you're starving to death and somebody else is offering you a meal, you're going to take it. If you're not getting intimacy at home, you'll go somewhere else. Many people, normally women, not always, use it like a reward system. If you got to get lucky in your marriage, you're married to the wrong person. There's something wrong here. I was at a working, and one of the salesmen said he hoped he was going to get lucky tonight. And I thought, I had married the woman I'm married to now. I thought, I remember that. And I think, dang, it's awesome not to be married like that anymore. Now, I am considerate of my wife. She's wore out or sick. But otherwise, even then, she would do it if I asked her to. I am considerate not. And if she asks me to, I will do my best to make sure it happens. And who am I for you to take advice from? You ain't going to take no advice from me. Read the Bible yourself. Get educated. That's actually most I had to say. I could get into all kinds of prayers and stuff you can do. But really, it says in the Word of God, if you have a Proverbs 31 wife, the man has no need of spoiling. And if the husband, who is responsible in the relationship, even if he lets his wife run around and do whatever she wants, he's still going to be held responsible because he's supposed to be the head of the house. I got to tell you, when y'all get on the same page, it's awesome. I hope this helps somebody. I just felt I needed to get this out there. So y'all have a good day.